Meghan Markle here.
Today is February 17, 2026. It is 4:35 a.m. I should not be recording at all this morning, because I have a lot to edit. I'm way behind. Some of those videos are gonna come late, probably outdated. But there's something that I saw, and while I'm thinking about it, certain thought came to mind, and I decided, let me record and to share my thought with you. And on the list that I put it in, there's some old tweets with it, but they sort of align. Let's get started. This is the tweet that I came across, and I thought I'd share it with you. New: Tucker Carlson says there will be no real Epstein arrest because it will expose what he calls a super government, an unelected power network operating above elected governments. And it continues. He says Epstein wasn't just about blackmail or abuse. He was plugged into global power, predicting regime changes and trying to profit before they happen. Carlson claims governments have had this evidence for nearly 20 years and chose to hide it. Couple things came to mind when I read that, and this is where my first thinking was, this is where we're gonna test, okay, what I have said in the past, where I said when it comes to dogs and children, this is where Americans tend to put a stop. The line have been crossed. Before, maybe Americans, including MAGAs, were not aware of it. Now that they see it, we're gonna test it to see if this shadow government will be put to an end. If the government doesn't do anything about it, most likely the people will do something about it. Okay, now that we know. The other thing as well, when we look at the UK, what Tucker Carlson is saying here, this is what Parliament in the UK have already done. They're telling you they're not gonna do anything about it. All right, I think there was a tweet that I come across a couple days ago. It's on my community board where I said they voted something to 111, and then I went to look to see if the people who voted for it were men, but apparently it was mixed. Men and women voted for it. And the other thing as well is that this is why many of these elite people, the royal family, feel comfortable to do some of the things that they have been doing for centuries. Another thing that I have said as well, they want to normalize this behavior. If you have been listening to some of my videos, you will hear me say this type of things. I cannot pinpoint which video I said it in. Okay, they want to normalize this kind of behavior where your children is at risk and these people could do whatever they want with your children and there's no accountability. This is why they brought it into the United States. I mean, they've been doing it, but to publicize it, they brought it to the United States, put it on a pedestal to say to the rest of the world, this is the way things gonna be. We're gonna normalize it. And their big mistake, I'm still sticking by this point. Americans do not like when people mistreat dogs and children, because once they know you are abusing children, this is where the line is crossed. Okay, they're gonna put a stop to it. So we're gonna test that. We're gonna see from this point on how we move forward? Will there be any accountability? Well, if the current government that we have now with Donald Trump, the MAGAs, yes, I will say Tucker Carlson is right. They're not going to do anything about it because they are the one who's in power. But if the people decided to do what needs to be done, they will do it. I don't want to give any ideas or anything like that, but you get what I'm saying. So let's listen. It's 1 minute and 42 seconds. Screenshot, okay?
He knew everybody.
Yeah.
And in every country. And he's weighing in on every event of the moment that he's living in. So, like, he's shorting the global financial crisis. He's discussing the fall of Gaddafi in Libya before it happens and trying to figure out how to profit from that.
Totally plugged in.
Like, at a level that, you know, as someone who just, like, covers government, I feel like I know plugged in people. Never met anyone that plugged in.
Yeah.
So what is this?
It's not...
He represents no government. He clearly works for Mossad.
Oh, my God.
He clearly works for CIA. He clearly is in contact with both, and clearly British intelligence. So he's not working for Israel. He's not working for the United States. He's not working for the UK exclusively. He's not working for anybody, really. He's kind of this independent power broker working with a series of other independent power brokers.
That's not me. That's the way the
together,
video is.
Who form some kind of soup.
Okay, that's the way the video is. It's not me. Okay, I have nothing running in the background.
For a government above all representative government in the West. That's the clear, you know, so like, what is that?
Yeah. Do you think we'll see arrests?
Well, it's been almost 20 years that some of this material has been in the custody of governments. Most of it is still hidden, and there have been no arrests. Instead, there's been a consistent, over decades, effort to shield the people exposed from arrest. So, no. I mean, there may be performative arrests, but the big
performative
question is not, was there blackmail? Yes. Was
oh my God.
there sex with minors? Of course. Was there some kind of weird religious practice that we would describe as witchcraft? Oh, yeah. But the bigger question is, like, what was this? It's clearly an informal governance body over what the rest of us consider the authorities, which is to say governments, nation states.
The video is breaking in between. There's a couple of things that he says about witchcraft, where, you know, they point at typically some black cultures. Specifically, they love to point to Haiti about witchcraft, voodoo, and things like. Meanwhile, they've been doing it. They're literally eating children and drinking bloods, and it's so freaking disgusting. So we shall see how we move forward. Okay, the UK already told the world they're not gonna do anything about it. Certain part of Europe already doing certain things about it. One thing that I realize is that, which I have said in past videos, I think they were investigating it for a very long time. And I think each time they get close to arrest someone, I'm talking about the United States, okay? Each time they get close to arrest somebody, and then their investigation lead them to something else. So they don't want to trigger to alert the others who's part of that ring. So each time they get close to arrest somebody, something else happened. So now I think this is it. We got the whole shebang of everything. We will see if what I have said is correct. When it comes to dogs and children, this is where the line is crossed. People are not gonna, American are not gonna put up with it. So we shall see. Okay, let's see here. Let's pause this. All this connection and still no arrest. It's absurd. 19 seconds. Okay, so there's a commercial. We could hardly see the image properly unless if I enlarge it. The thing is that they know how to distract the people. They know how to distract the people. When President Obama was in office, we were, his administration were getting close, not to the Epstein thing, but let's say the Russian. I'm just saying, because his job was to protect the country. Many people may have different ideas or views about Russia. They didn't cause a lot of wars and things like that. Depend on how you see it. Look what's happening right next door to Russia with Ukraine. But with colonialism and all of that, different groups have different views. Keep that in mind. But I'm talking about the United States. When President Obama was in office, his administration were kicking or pointing out and capture spies within the country. And then once we get to 2016 election, and there were a lot of things that was going on. But the people, all right, that shadow government that Tucker Carlson is talking about is the one that love to distract us. The Rupert Murdoch, okay, with what's that station, Fox News, and they have different little groups everywhere to make you believe of something when the core issue remain, and they distract you from seeing the core issue. So this is why I'm like, the country had to go through what we're going through. Now that that shadow government, who's now literally is part of the government, is making the American people literally feel, okay, to feel the abuse, the barbaric mindset of them. It's been going on for a very long time. It's just that it never crossed the threshold of really touching the white Americans. So now that they're feeling it, hopefully it opens their eyes. But I think we have a small window of opportunity to get it right, and I think we might get it right. It will take a long time, okay? But now that many Americans are seeing it, especially white Americans are seeing it, what Tucker Carlson is saying, this is where my prediction, my views and his views, we'll see if I'm right. When it comes to children, Americans don't mess with that. Okay? Pretty much what I'm trying to say is, will those children, will there be justice with what had happened with the Epstein circles? Will there be justice, or it will be business as usual, everybody move on, and the system, the cycle continues? Okay? We're going to see if there's going to be justice or not. There's that here. That's a AI. What is that here? What is wrong with these people raping children? Israel truth. Okay, there's this. You could pause and read it because it's mind-boggling. I've seen so many things on TV, on the internet for me to... Okay, a lot of these things I cannot show. Let's go to the next one. There's a couple things that I saw. This is new Trump Tower. This one I literally put it for the purpose of... people outside of the U.S. Okay, wow. A massive protest has broken out in front of Trump Tower in New York City for President Day flip-off. They are literally giving Trump Tower the finger. That's how much America hates Trump. I hope the rest of the world sees this. All right, 12 seconds. They're saying the F word. But the best thing that's happening here is the red states are starting to see, okay, that what they believed in was not it, because they were going to rallies and Trump was literally saying some BS things and they were for it. All right, Trump Tower gets the massive middle finger it deserves on President's Day from Americans who refuse to forget his lies, corruption, and betrayal of democracy. All right, so there's more stuff here. Let's move on. There's some tweets that I have that were there for a while. I never got a chance to record them, but I want to share them with you. All right, let's pause this. No longer a conspiracy. Quote, I was at PDD Blood Boy from 2004 to 2014. He flew me down to Miami every few months, and we did it on a boat and international waters. Since he's been in prison, now he's aging now. A minute and 15 seconds. Screenshot.
Hold up, you were Puffy's blood boy?
From 2004 to 2014.
I don't think I'm stupid, but what's a blood boy?
So when somebody parties too hard or isn't living right, they want fresh blood in their system, right? I didn't drink, smoke weed, I didn't eat pork, none of that. Diddy saw me and he was like, yo, I got a job for you. He was like, I want that blood. And I was like, whoa. And he drops 10 grand on the table.
10 large.
Yeah. He said, I want to find your blood right now.
So that was a one-off, or you start?
No, that was the beginning. I'm a universal donor. He thought I was special. He called me.
That's what I was gonna think. I was thinking about. I was like, but first of all, they have to test it if there's any disease in the blood, and the second thing here, you have to have a blood match. So he's saying he's O positive, but okay.
His lucky little blood boy. Every like 3 months, he would fly me down to Miami, and this was the crazy part. He never actually wanted to do it on land. It wasn't legal at that time. So we would get on a boat, and he would take us to what he would call Oconus, outside of the continental United States. Yeah. And on his yacht, he would just drain blood. He would just drain me, dude. Look at him from 2004 to 2014 and tell me if he aged.
Yeah, facts. And he's aging now that he's in prison. He's not all of a sudden father time.
Caught up with him, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For 9 years, the majority of Puppy was made up with my blood. With my blood. With my blood. With my blood.
That's nasty. If it is true, that's nice. That's nasty. Now that word Epstein email makes sense, the one about needing pints of Mormon blood. Mormons don't drink, smoke, do drugs, drink caffeine, clean blood. You know what that crossed my mind? When you have scientists who spend years doing research about whatever it may be to do good for the world, and you have these people who uses that technique that was meant to do good, and they turn it into not only abusing it, sometimes turn it into a weapon. And this is something Heavy have said, I think, when he was talking about journalism, where a lot of journalists are spending their time to do the good things and things like that. And then there are some who just abuse it and like water it down and don't. Let me see. If I think I may have that video. If I find it, I'll put it.
What I really, really don't like, and what I find hard to make peace with, is that there are some people on one end of the spectrum who are sitting behind their keyboards writing dangerous or defamatory headlines, knowing that it's going to work as clickbait because any context in the rest of the article protects them and there's nothing you can do about it. And at the other end of the spectrum, you have Nobel Prize winners like Maria Ressa, who's literally putting her life on the line, and war correspondents who again are putting their lives on the line to bring us the truth. So that, to me, is the spectrum. And my life has been covered by this end of the spectrum, which I will be damned if those journalists are going to ruin journalism for everybody else because we depend on it so much.
All right, so it's like when you have you invent something really good, you have to be very careful on, it's like not to make it public because these people are abusing it. Okay, so what is that here? Let's pause. The Vampire's Ball is coming to an end. Putin. All right, what did he say here? That was back in 2025. The Vampire Ball is coming to an end. Putin talks about the satanic Western elite. The Western elites are used to stuffing their bellies with human flesh and their pockets with money. I mean, for someone to be saying him, I don't know what to say because it's like a hypocrite. If you, this is where it's very subjective. You might think differently about Russia or him in particular, his administration in Russia. People in his country can even talk freely. All right. And then look how long it took him to get Ukraine. He's still fighting, but whatever. Maybe he's saving his best for last. I don't know. I'm gonna play it, but there'll be screenshot and I'll try to enlarge the caption.
В западных элитах очень сильно желание заморозить существующее положение, несправедливое положение вещей в международных делах. Они привыкли столетиями набивать брюхо человеческой плотью, а карманы деньгами. Но они должны понять, что бал вампиров заканчивается.
And this is why I say sometimes I'm glad we don't live forever, but these people, they want to live forever. Can you imagine living forever and these people are around, preventing you from living your true self? They just want to put you in a cage and they themselves enjoy everything. All right, this is the next tweet. Most of you have never seen this video of Epstein victim Virginia Giuffre. Listen to her every word. Epstein had videos of high-ranking men who he recorded having sex with underage women so that he could use those videos as blackmail to get them to do things he wanted. I mean, I'm not surprised by this. I didn't see this video. The moment that I saw Rachel Maddow's video about Putin, who blackmailed a prosecutor, because the prosecutor was gonna indict, was it Boris Yeltsin, I think, a former president, and then he did his thing like that. So I knew this is the thing that that was going on. And the thing is that what they did, the Epstein thing did with Western elites, is especially the UK. He knows their history. He knows they are all about sex with underage and things like that. So he pretty much, in my humble opinion, catered that to them and then spread it around the world. And the only thing that he did is just document them. Okay? Put them in whatever form, videos, pictures, audios, you name it, so he could blackmail them. But anyway, let's continue. Where are the recordings? Is Pam Bundy hiding them? Is Kash Patel hiding them? Is Donald Trump hiding them? Is Donald Trump is hiding them? Where are they? When people, I believe, people who, government officials who work within the government, who came across some of these documents, videos of molestation of kids, I'm pretty sure there's copy everywhere. There's a lot of copies everywhere. They kept the original wherever it was in FBI possession, but I'm pretty sure there are copies everywhere. Because they know if someone else come across it, they will destroy it. Let's continue. 1 minute screenshot.
I was trafficked to a lot of types of different men. I was trafficked to other billionaires. I was trafficked to politicians, professors, even royalty. He used me as a form of blackmail. So, these people would owe him favors. I was so utterly mortified. I was like, this guy's watching me go to the toilet. He's watching everything that happens in the massage room. He's watching in me in my bedroom. He's, everything's being recorded. And that's when I realized that's how he's getting away with blackmailing everybody. Biggest reason in my mind was because he wanted to always have something on someone just in case he needed it. Why it's important that the media and the government work hand in hand to try to uncover who was involved to the highest level of people in our government and even in international government. I was trafficked to
Okay, it's starting all over. May she rest in peace. She did her part for humanity, but it's very sad. You just can't imagine what she went through. You just can't imagine. But she put it out there, she risked it, and they still went after her. God is good. God is good. At least now she's resting. This is what I mean. Because if we live forever, can you imagine the abuse, the mental, physical, all sort of things that we will be put up with these monsters? So at least we know she's at rest now. God has her and she did her part. Oh my Lord. You could pause and read this. Okay, this one, I'm not even gonna put the audio because this is very sad. This video will haunt you. I saw it already. But you could read. Plus, I don't think YouTube will let me. Alright, let's go to the next tweet. It's very sad. That video alone it actually, I may have it somewhere. I might have recorded where someone was like a real grown man was making reference to it. And I was like, let me go find out what it is about. And when I saw it, it took me a while to find it. And when I saw it, I was like, oh my God. That alone will break a lot of American heart. The Sussex Squad be pulling up receipt when royal PR tries to change the narrative. When Kate Middleton initially gave her cancer had been found statement, royal sources said she wrote every word herself. Now, following stories of her not getting on with her sister, they, People magazine, are reporting that people help her write it. They can't keep up or remember their own lies. Okay, People Middleton helped her sister, Kate Middleton, write script for cancer announcement videos. This is why I said sometimes I know some squaddies, including myself, depending on how I feel in the moment. It's not all the time I feel like I want to respond to these people. But those who have the energy and who knows the facts and who have receipt, when they're debunking these people, it's good to do it. Because you'd never know, because every now and then I keep on coming across random people who probably were never about Harry and Meghan or even the royal family. And then something similar to me caught my attention and I start looking and I was like, is this true? Okay. So these newcomers who come across some of the BS the royal rats are putting out there, including the US, there's People magazine doing the same BS as the UK. All right. When they come across it, at least there's receipt from the whoever squad is who had that time to respond and debunk the lies. And then let's not forget as well, because not too many American cares about the royal family. So People magazine probably taking stuff from the UK and just recycle them over here without any care, thinking American didn't even see it. But what's good is that the Sussex Squad is global. There are some squaddies in the US who probably don't even care, like I said, about Harry and Meghan or the royal family, who've been following Harry and Meghan because of the unnecessary burden they put on them and force them to be online. I'm talking about myself, to debunk these people. So newcomers will see the truth. Okay? Either you at People or Kensington Royal can keep up with your own lies, okay? So she put that here. She wrote every word herself. A palace source confirmed to People of the Princess of Wales video speech, which was released on Friday and filmed 2 days prior in the gardens of Windsor Castle. A family friend add, quote, she wrote the words herself, delivered it personally, and wanted to decide when the time was right to hit the world with this news. Oh my God, these people are freaking stupid. There's no reason to lie. I really don't understand why. This is what happened when people lie. Kitty lied about her illness to beat the racist title after her concern about Archie's skin color. Now she can keep the details of her lie straight. It is such a stupid thing to lie about. These people are so dumb. Good Lord, who even cares who voted? I'm telling you. Why is this even a story? Surprisingly, People later say Kate wasn't sick in a traditional way. How did People help write it from the beach? Laughing my ass off. I still remember when their first statement said her abdominal issue was definitely not cancer until it was. I'm still not convinced it wasn't AI reading that statement. Yeah. Let's go to the next one. TikTok video about Epstein. All right, let's pause this. This is just insane. 1 minute and 13 seconds. I don't remember what this is about.
Steven Spielberg is a pedophile. Oh, I'm not going to talk about Tom Hanks either, who is also a pedophile. Tom Hanks, folks, is a pedophile. Look into the Rothschild family. Do some research. You heard it's cannibals. Yeah, there is cannibalism. That's, the higher you go, the more sick it gets. The royal family, yeah. Jimmy Savile raped and murdered hundreds of kids over the course of 3 decades or longer. No one ever looked into it. And he hung out with the royal family. He was knighted. Look into Marina Abramovich. If you're just getting started with this stuff, look into Marina Abramovich. Do some research. I have a feeling she is very high up in the cult. And this, make no mistake, this is a cult. The name of the game is blackmail. So they want something on you that they can hold over your head so they can basically own you and tell you what to do. And they film it.
Okay, similar to what Virginia Giuffre have said. And I remember when I was doing a video. Which video? Oh, yeah, some people criticize me for the title of the video about Meghan not a A-list actor or something like that, because the Avengers at that time were saying, downplaying Meghan's actress career. And that video, oh my God, YouTube gave me a hard time for that video to be made public. One of the things that I said in that video, not knowing the full variety of what was happening in Hollywood, the pedophile, all this stuff, okay, what we now are aware of. I said the reason she probably not a A-list actress is because she didn't sell her body. And I put some other videos of something Carlson from Dynasty. She's British, I think. And there's a video about her, of her, where she was talking about, I think she mentioned Marilyn Monroe. How the Hollywood industry abused her, and she spoke about a lot of things. So I had to fix that video several times, not knowing the full capacity of that. And I was like, the reason she probably to the standard of those derangers is because she wasn't selling her body. Okay, she got small role here and there. That was good enough for her. She didn't have to hold anybody anything. What's this guy? One of the Lawrence brothers who's dating one of the TLC members. There's something that he said, because you could see when you watch certain shows or movies, even if it's a small role that particular person has, you could see their light if they're really good at acting. Many times when I watch a show, I see certain actors or actress who's really good. And the next thing, I never see them again. One of the Lawrence brothers, the one that's dating the TLC, when he was in that show, I think Boys Meet World. It was one of the TGI Friday shows that, you know, on Fridays when you're not doing anything, you just watch those shows. So I used to watch that. I saw his acting career was really good. Next thing I know, I didn't see him anymore. Years later, when there's a dance he did with T-Baz or something like that, and I think I have shared that video with you in one of my videos. And later on, I start seeing more of him. And there's a clip of him that I came across where he said they wanted him to do certain things. He said no. And this is why they shut him out. Okay. And what's that? Corey Feldman, another one. He's been speaking out for a very long time. And there's other, the list goes on. But when is this going to stop? If these things been happening for so long, let's pick a time. Let's say Marilyn Monroe. At least we could go back to her spot because another actress was talking about her, of Hollywood being abusing her. Okay? If it has been going on since then, even before her, when is this gonna stop? So this is where I say sometimes there has to be a generation that has to pause for a second. Look at the situation we are in. Look where these people are trying to direct us into. Are we gonna go along with it? Or are we gonna put a pause to it and say, no, it's gonna stop now? That way our kids and great-grandkids could live a better life, a better future. And then as we fight, this is the thing as well. As we do the fight, we need to explain to our kids what are we fighting for so they will know and appreciate their future. Many of the things that we are in right now, and these people, they know. This is why they were banning books in the US. Yeah, our time. Banning books, certain informational books, they didn't want to be taught in school and all of that. So this is the problem. This is where we are. So as we do the fight, we need to explain to our children, this is what's happening here. This is why we are fighting. Even if there's no books, at least when they get older, they, oh, I remember my mom, my dad, my aunt, my uncle was telling me this is what was happening, blah, 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 blah. And then eventually their collective memories will come together. They will say, oh, my parents was telling us right. Because those elite people are teaching evil. I have shared many of them with you. What's happening in Israel, they're teaching those kids when they see certain group of people, how they should deal with them. The moment that they see those other groups, it's like hate should be coming out of them right away. They're literally teaching them. I have shared a video with you in past videos. Sometime last year, 2025. I will say go around between, I don't think it was in the summer. Let's say from September till November or something like that. Around that time frame, I know I came across some videos where they're teaching, Israel is teaching their kids how to behave and how to act around other groups when they see certain group of people. They're teaching hate. All right, let's go to the next tweet. These are some videos that, or tweet I should say, that's been sitting around. There will be part 1 and part 2. I'm just going to continue recording.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. are all in this together. And if I may speak personally,